Yes, Yellow Beer here. Welcome guys. Today we're going to talk about high porosity, everything about high porosity, what high porosity is, the causes, characteristics of it, how to care for your hair if you have high porosity. So just stay tuned. High porosity is your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. So with high porosity, it's in quotes, your hair is highly porous. Highly porous. Anything can enter, anything can leave. Yes, that's the analogy. And porous because the cuticle layer is spaced in a way where there are gaps. So because of that, anything can just easily enter your hair, and just as well, anything just leaves. So the nutrients get into your hair very quickly, and just as they come. High porosity hair could be genetics. It could be you were born with high porosity hair. Most of the time, high porosity hair occurs from hair processing and styling. So from too much blow drying, straightening of your hair, bleaching your hair, being rough on your hair can let you move from low hair porosity to high porosity, or from medium porosity to high porosity. And what these things can do is that it can damage your cuticles so that there are gaps in your cuticle layer. Characteristics of high porosity hair. Your hair easily gets soaked with water and products. You just apply the water and then your hair is soaked. You apply the products and the hair just like takes in the products. It just takes in the oils and all the other good stuff. But your hair easily gets dry because all the moisture and the nutrients that your hair was able to get has all left. Because of how easy water and moisture can leave your hair tends to be frizzy, your hair tends to be dry, and as a result, your hair tends to break a lot. For high porosity hair, as I said in my previous video with a low porosity, if you haven't watched it, please do. It's best to know this by the characteristics of your hair that I have just described. There are some irregularities with the float test, and if it has to be done, it has to be done in a certain way. How to care for your high porosity hair? The aims are two. One, to reduce and reverse the damage of the high porosity if it's possible. Example, if you're low porosity and you move to high porosity, you can reverse the damage back to low porosity. And two, to retain the moisture and all the nutrients that your hair is getting. Yes. So in terms of reversing or reducing the damage, would suggest that you slow down on the heat damage. So the excessive blow drying, straightening, you hold on to that, or you reduce it if possible. And if you must apply heat to your hair, you have to use a heat protectant so that it doesn't damage your hair further. Yes. In reducing and reversing damage, you use all these good protein treatments that can help build up your cuticle layer and then close that gap in your cuticle, strengthen your weak hair, and reverse the damage. These are what protein treatments do, and they can definitely help you if you have high porosity hair. In terms of retaining moisture, one, you need to use the right products for your hair. So in terms of shampoo or choosing products, you don't choose products that would dry your hair further. Like using shampoos that are sulfate, paraben-free shampoos will be a very good start. Products that are less in sodium lauryl. These are things that can dry your hair. Using a satin pillow can also help you to prevent excess damage and also to help retain some of the moisture. And also using heavy oils and butters so that after the moisture and nutrients have entered, you close that layer with this heavy butter so that nothing is going out. Or if it does, it's going out at a very reduced rate. So heavy butters like shea butter, cocoa butter are very heavy. Castor oil, these are things that are heavy enough to close that gap. This is it. Everything you need if you have high porosity hair. If you have moved from low porosity hair to high porosity hair, don't be too concerned. These are things that you can do to help your hair get back on its feet. So this is it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Yellow Beer.